Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So in the previous video we had seen one function and that was dot rolling function, right? We had seen that what actually that function was, how to use that function, on which type of data that was applied, what were the arguments that were in that function, right? Now today we are going to see the one more function that is a little bit similar to that function only, and that is dot expanding function. So I would just put a text here and I would just write the name for the function that we are going to use today. And here I would be taking, okay, now just basically keep this thing in mind. Now just listen to me very carefully. I'm just telling a very important point here. So whenever you just use a rolling and expanding function, so make sure to add one dot also, because this is in their syntax only, right? Let's say you have a name of a function, right? And now you cannot change that name and the format for the function, right? You cannot specify that a built-in function on your own. Let's say you have a function and that is, let's say, mean. Okay, mean is one of the functions, right? Now you just cannot write that mean function and to you just put means or a mean or something like that. You cannot do that thing, right? So in this functions also, that is rolling and expanding, they properly have their own format of writing, that this is only the format in which they should be written. Okay, and that is basically using that dot. So name for the function is dot expanding function. Dot expanding, and I will just put the bracket here because it is a function. And here afterwards I will just write here as function. Fine. Now dot expanding function. Now actually what does this function has in it? What are the arguments in this one? So I would just put two hash here, and here I would just remove this bold text. Fine. Now, the first line is the same, that this type of function is also applied on the series of data only. So let's quickly write that. So this function, okay. So this function uh, can be applied on the series of data. Okay, so this is also a function that can be applied on the series of data. Now basically here the name and the argument is a little different. Okay, basically previously the argument was windows, right? Now here in basically we have the argument that is min underscore periods, right? So this is the argument here which we are having. So I would just put a dot here and I would just write specify the argument which it is had min underscore here, and here I would just write is equal to n. Okay, so for this parameter, for this argument also you need to specify some n value as we had done previously. Fine. And n I will just write here as argument, and apply the appropriate. Okay, just let me quickly write that whole thing. Appropriate statistical function, right? So just apply the appropriate statistical, okay, statistica statistical function, right? Function, okay, FUNCTION function on top of it. Fine. So this is basically what the dot expanding function has. So this can be applied in the series of data. This is the same for the rolling one also. Only the difference is that it has a different argument. Fine. Now, basically, firstly, what we'll be doing is that we'll be making one data on our own, and after that, we'll be applying this dot expanding function, right? So this data would be absolutely similar to the previous one, but a little bit of changes will be made there, okay? Fine. So let's say here what I would be doing is that I would be writing the first, I would be importing my libraries, right? Because as we all know, and even I just tell in like every video, that what is basically the first step that you should do whenever you are just going to use any library, right? You need to import that library. So here I would be using, firstly I would using my numpy, because I would be using my random function here. Okay, in that case I need to import the numpy library. Fine. So import numpy as np. Fine. Come down. Import pandas as pd. Fine. Basically now here what I have done, I have taken two of my libraries that I would be needing today, and that are numpy and pandas. Fine. And I have given them the short form, that is, let's say, np for the numpy and pd for the pandas. And now I would just run my program. Right. So what next I will be doing, I will be taking one variable. Let's say that is b. Okay, now b is equal to, whenever I want to make my own data frame, whenever I just want to make my own data. So in that case, basically what we do in that case, basically I use my pandas library, right? So for my pandas library, what is the short form that I have given? So that is PD. Fine. So I'll be using PD dot. Now what next I'll be using? I'll be using one function, and that one is data frame, right? You all remember that basically when we need to define any data on our own for some function or for some program, then what we use the function that is data frame, right? And now I would just put the bracket. Inside the bracket, what I am going to do is that I will be firstly using my numpy library. Okay, so in that case I'll be writing np. Now next I want to use my module, random module, from which I will be taking some data, right? So in that case I will be using random. Fine. Random dot rand n. Fine. Random dot rand n. Now, how many rows and columns actually I want here? So let's say I just want 12 rows, and I want 5 columns. 12 comma 5. Fine. So now this is the like number of rows and columns that I want. So I would put a comma and then just calm down. Fine. After that, I'm just going to define the index here. You all know that what is actually the index. So in this, I'm just going to specify the function that is date underscore range, right? So pd dot date underscore range, right? So this is the function that we'll be using. Now I will put the bracket, and let's say now here I will be defining some date, and let's say I will be defining okay, 2 slash and let's say 2001. Fine. So I just defined 2 slash 2 slash 2001, right? And now here I will be giving the parameter that actually how many values after this I want. So I just want the 10. Okay, so let's say I just wrote is equal to 10. Now come to, okay, just let me quickly the comma here, and now come down. Now the turn to define the name for the columns, right? Now I want to define that what name for the columns actually I want to give. Fine. So I would put the list here. I would make a list. In that I would define, let's say 5. Now, why actually 5? I will be defining because basically when above side, whenever I just use my random function, okay, that is number of columns and number of rows actually I want. So in that, the first number which I passed actually that is for the number of rows, and right, and the second one which I passed is for the number of columns you want. Okay, so I want 5 columns. So each and every column will also be having one name associated with that, right? So in that case, I need to pass 3 column names here. Okay, I need to write the spelling for the columns, otherwise spelling for the columns correct, otherwise it will just show me the error at last. Fine, so that is A, B, C, D and E. These are the names for my 5 columns which I have passed, and yeah, now I would just calm down, and here I would just use my print statement. So print in the bracket, what I am just going to do, I would write B dot expanding. Now what is this actually expanding? So dot expanding is the function that we are going to use today, that we are just learning today, right? Inside the bracket I will be passing the parameter min underscore periods here, and now I will be giving it a value. Let's say my value is 3. And now what statistical function I need to perform? So the statistical function that I need to perform is min, and I would put the bracket, and now I would just run my program. Okay, shape of value passes 12 comma 5, indices imply 10 comma 5. Oh, okay, so just let me quickly write here 10 comma 5, and now it should be okay. Fine. Right, so here basically now you can also have a look that basically now what I am getting, I am again getting the both the same and null rows, that is basically non values in both of these rows, and other than that all are filled up here. Fine, so now I hope you just got the idea that basically how actually this expanding function works, right? And what is the, like, why we just use this expanding function, what is the procedure for using this expanding function, correct? So I would just quickly take a review that what we have just learned right now. So we have learned that expanding function, so this function can be applied on the series of data, right? We have learned that this function can be applied on the series of data. Now, after that, you need to specify one argument, and after that, you need to apply the appropriate statistical function, whatever you just want to apply. That's on your choice, right? So after that, we had just imported the libraries NumPy and Pandas. We had just imported both of these libraries, and after that, just we had declared and defined our own data frame using the Pandas library and the NumPy library. So using my NumPy library, I have just used my random module and given it a particular row and column values. After that, I just define the index that at from what value I just want the values, right? Now let's say here I just wanted to do 12 comma 5. Okay, so here in this parameter I just need to take it to 12, then it should be running. It should not be like, it will not show me any error. Fine. So you need to keep this periods parameter equal to the number of rows you are wanting. Fine. Then I just define my columns, and after that I just use my function, that is dot expanding, right, with the mean statistical function, right? So now I hope we just got the idea that basically how you'd be using these functions, dot expanding function, and basically what type of data you can just like apply on this function, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.